this video I'm going to talk about things that I've learned when I've made some photo projects. Hi, it's Peter here, and let's get right into the business. I have always something to photograph, and that's most likely the biggest reason that I have different types of projects all the time going on, is that I always have something to photograph. If I just wander around and walk around and don't really have any idea what to photograph, it's a lot harder to make really good images. This way, when I have assignments or projects, it is so easy to find photographs, no matter where I am, no matter what the gear that I have with me, because I can use my phone if I need to, or I can use a proper camera, whatever I have with me. And sometimes I go out and try to get an image for the project. Sometimes I do succeed and get another possible image that will be in the end when I finish the project, or when I decided that now it's time to publish something, have a exhibition, a book, a design, or whatever. And sometimes I don't. But as I always said, that it's always also about the act of making those images. And when you have a self-assignments, at least I have found it so much easier to photograph. Try not to have too strict timetables for your project. I know this might sound a bit controversial, because sometimes the time frame is good because you need to make the image in certain time frame, which usually might end up you making the project ready on time. What I have found out is not having a strict timetable has given me the freedom to photograph. I don't have to stress, because of course on my commercial work I do have timetables, and that's something that I don't want to be too strict on myself and having timetables. But you always have to remember that this is a personal thing. This way it works better for me. So always in this type of videos, what I have learned and what you should do, you always need to pick the things that really work for you, because we're different. We have a different way of making images, and some of you might be better if you have a strict timetable for your own project. But for me, this has worked a lot better. But remember, pick the things that works for you. And before we continue to the next lesson I've learned when making project, is talking about one project that I've had for a long time. I wonder what's there, standing on something. Is a project called Traces of Humans. And what it is pictures of things left on odd places. You know, coffee mugs, trash, bikes, and all that. And also about things that reminds us of someone being there. And the whole point is to make images that don't tell you everything. You see a bike somewhere in an odd place, you start thinking like why that particular bike was left there, or why something has been left there, or why something has been done like it has been. And that's something that I've always liked in an image, is that it doesn't tell you everything. It doesn't tell you the whole story. It's a start of a story that you can build yourself. So use your own imagination and think what has happened, why the things are like they are in the photograph. This is a really interesting place. It's a skateboard park, as you can see from here. And every time you come here, you got different types of graffitis, and it looks totally different. And that's why I just love this place, because there are some really well-made graffitis on this. And to be honest, I've really never seen anyone skateboarding, but now you can see it's been raining a bit, so there's a lot of water on the skateboard ramps. This one was taken last winter, and this one is taken right now. And here you can see the difference on this skate park when it comes to the graffitis. I just love it. But let's talk about the next topic. I have learned to look around and be alert a lot more. Whoops, what was that? Oh, that was a bike behind me. I got a little bit scared because of the sudden voice behind me when I'm concentrating on this. Yeah, well, where was I? Yeah, I was talking about how I've been more alert and seeing new things a lot easier when I do have a project. Especially the traces of humans is something that I really, really like, because it makes me look around really a lot more than I used to. And the project has been going on for many, many years, and that is something that I really, really like. And when you are alert, you start seeing also other things, rather only the ones that are in your project. You see things a different way when you see things in photographs, when you walk around. Okay, some might think that it's very stressful that you're a professional photographer and then you see everything in photographs. But I don't see that as a constraint or a burden, because I think it's a blessing that I see things in photographs. And even though I'm not photographing, I still make photographs in my head. And that's just the way it is. It's a way of life being a photographer. Okay, now I'm talking a bit other things than the real idea of this video. But yes, having a project makes you see things, and you will see things beyond your project, and you will start seeing the world totally a different way. I can photograph whatever I want, and that is really something that I enjoy. Of course, when I have a professional gig, for example, I can photograph what I want, or it's more about how I want, because that's of course a big part why someone would hire me, is because of my style, the way I see the world, the way I concentrate on the subject, and the way I photograph. But still, the subject is usually something. Whoops, it's a bit slippery because it's been raining. Let's be careful out here so that I don't fall. That would make a great video if I fell down. But what I was saying is that, let's make that like that, is that then I have more freedom when I photograph for myself, and that's really, really something. And the thing, or the reason that I started this own project, was that back in 2000, between 2000 and 2010, I took quite a few workshops. It was because I wanted something new to photograph, because I thought that I've been making the same photograph for years and years, and I wanted something new. And that really paid off, because it has made my photography a lot better, which is actually my next topic, or my next thing that I have learned. I've become a better photographer, and one part is that most of the things that I've already said has led to that, because being a better photographer, you need to practice, do things differently, start learning to see, start thinking about your photography a lot more, and that's the thing that has made me better. So it's not something that I've learned, but something that has happened from the things that I've done with my photography. And of course, I do have some really nice images from the past, but if I was thinking that my best images are all old images, then, well, have I become better? But I think I'm a better photographer and feel better about my photography after I started these projects that I have. Finding a project might be hard sometimes, because you don't really know what you want to photograph. But I think you should photograph things that you are interested in. Whatever that thing is. If it's a landscape, then just start to make a project of a place where you visit regularly, and make images of that every day from roughly the same spot. That's a good start. And if you start a project and then you think that this is not for me, and I don't feel comfortable with this project, or I don't want to do it anymore, then don't worry. It's okay to fail. I don't think failing is something that we should be afraid of, because if we are afraid of fail, then we're afraid of starting anything new. Just, fail fast, like they say in the startup world, and start something new, and you will get there, and you will have something unique when you progress. And I'm going to talk about that unique thing a bit later. But let's go to the next thing that I've learned making projects. do not overthink your project. Don't try to make it too complicated or too big or something that has to shake the world. Small projects are totally okay. Small things, just pick a subject like leaves of trees, for example, and try to find as many different type of trees and make images of those leaves, and you will have a nice photo project for the future. And it doesn't have to be that it's only a short one for a weekend. You can start it during the weekend and finish it then if you can, or you can continue doing it. And having a project that is ongoing all the time is totally fine. But the main thing is that do not overthink. And a photograph can be unique when you have several of them. And what I mean by this is that just one photograph of a parked car might not be nothing. But once you start photographing, for example, those parked cars in a certain way, it might become a thing. It is more interesting when you have 10 or 15, 20 photographs of that. And it doesn't mean that you have to photograph the car always at the same time, but the same way. You start evolving, you might add another car, only rears of the cars, fronts of the cars, or details of the cars. And that way your whole project will evolve. And that is the thing. And I made a video about, I think it's over there, about Helsinki bus station by Aron Rafael Minkkinen. His way of encouraging people to stay on the bus. But if you want to know what that is, check out that video after you have watched this video. Here you can see some more videos about similar type of topics that might help you to be a better photographer. But hey, thanks for watching and bye for now.